Hey, what's going on? It's your boy DG. Coming with Fieldhouse Fades. Just want to show y'all how I faded myself up using the self-cut system, which is a trifold mirror. I recommend anybody that's trying to get into cutting your own hair to get this. It's a great purchase. And as you can see, I'm starting out with a 0, dropping it real low, coming at an angle to the point where my edge up meets. Alright, the next thing you're going to do is you're going to take your masters or whatever you use as your fading tool, open it all the way up and knock out about maybe not even ½ an inch off the bottom. I like to call it that first line of defense. You got to start fading that first. Alright, always remember to brush as you fade. I don't do a great job of it on my own hair just because it's a little difficult and time consuming. Shout out to Wifey, my #1 fan. She likes to come through and spectate. It's all love though. Alright, notice I'm not going to go too deep into the fade. You're going to get hit about halfway from the bottom to the top. Just kind of knock out that weight. Continue to make it blurry as possible. Alright, as you can see, I'm combing it down and I notice there's a little weight right there and right there. So I'm going to take my bigger guard and just kind of chip away at it. As I'm going into the fade, I'm using the edge of my clippers. Right, I'm using the short corner of it as if it was a pencil to kind of chip away at that weight. Alright, you can see the fade kind of coming in nice and smooth. I'm just going to take my masters and eliminate that bottom line by closing them just a tad bit to eliminate that initial line that I made. Alright, what I'm doing now is pretty much skill and experience, right? I'm just making it as blurry as possible, touching up the total fade to make it just blend in all as one. It's all barber's discretion, right? What the barber sees, what he feels needs to be touched up on. So it's all about judgment by the barber. Now all I'm doing now is just shaping it up, getting the loose hairs, making it look a little more boxy to kind of take the form that I want it to take. The most important part of the haircut is the edge up. And I'm using my modified T-outliners that I modified myself. Check out the video if you want to know more. Alright, and if you look closely, there's a faint line right there, right above my ear, and I'm just taking my edgers and kind of going against it to eliminate it, to make that fade just look completely blurry as possible. I personally like to fade the top of my beard into my haircut. I think it looks better. That's all I'm doing here. After I get done, I'm just gonna edge it all the way up, all the way around, hit it with the razor, and then I'll be done. All right, just to be clear, I don't recommend new barbers or new people trying to cut their own hair to jump to the razor. The thing is very sharp and it requires a certain type of skill set to use for your safety. All right, I'm spraying alcohol on my face as I'm before I edge up with the razor, just for it's easy to use. You don't want to just use razor to skin. It creates irritation, creates razor bumps. So I'm using alcohol to keep it clean and to refrain from getting any bumps. Man, I've been cutting hair since I was 13. And shout out to KP, Dante, Shagwall. Shout out to them boys who let me practice and jack their hair up. But I've been doing this for a while now, and it's pretty much became a hobby. I used to cut, hair for money. I used to make a lot of money in college and high school, but now it's pretty much a hobby. I just pretty much do it for fun. It's relaxing. I cut maybe 4 or 5 hairs a week. Not a lot of people, just really close relatives and friends. All right, now that fade looks nice and neat. Now I'm gonna throw some moisturizer on my hair and then apply the sponge that them young boys like to call it, I guess. Put the sponge on there, make it a little curly. And then you just kind of take your fingers and kind of brush it in, where the fade is, between where the sponge is. And this is just a razor. It, allows your haircut to last a lot longer because it gets it pretty much zero like the actual razor blade does. So I use that to preserve my haircut, and as you can see, that thing is on point. Fresh edge, nice fade, got the beard looking right. Yeah, buddy. Hey man, I appreciate y'all watching. Y'all have a blessed one. Thank you.